What a start to 2026, huh? For those of you unfamiliar with me, I'm Jeff Sterling, creator of Soulbound. Here, let me put a little trailer for you.
You all told me the clearing had nothing.
I never told him that.
I did.
But look what I found!
How the fuck?
We need to investigate the cursed forest.
They're an amusing bunch, aren't they?
Huh?
Who am I?
And I'm not normally this fucking tired of shit. But, let's just start from the top here. I was in a pitch meeting with the creator of the show MIDMORTIS, I believe is still in production. Shortly after, I opened up my DMs to her. I still, because we only just met then, I wanted to keep them strictly business related. And for a while, it seemed like she was able to respect that. But at a certain point, she started making some really unprofessional remarks about my work and my show and what I do, making assumptions about my personal life in ways that were just extremely uncalled for, given we were both strangers at the time. She implied that my show is gooner bait based on, I guess, how the female and AFAB characters are designed. I still, to this day, don't see it. And to make her point, might I add, she used a trans mask character in my show as an example and continued to misgender him the entire conversation. It was really uncomfortable, suffice to say, especially given what that character means to my trans audience. Just really disrespectful. I try to employ a variety of designs for my female characters. Inspiration largely came from Steven Universe and how they had a lot of diverse, designs in their women. So, I have a couple characters that are, slim, one that's petite, and then I have, a character that's like maybe a little more pear-shaped, and then another that I'd say is just more generally chubby. And I try to promote body positivity in that regard, I make female designs that I know a lot of my female friends have been itching to see, mainly because they're based off designs resembling their own, like physiques resembling their own, and they've felt represented by that. But it's one thing to just have that knee-jerk feeling about my work and not liking it because of that and not wanting to support it. However, when I tried to explain all this to her and she continued to get antagonistic about it, I tried telling her that all the women that voice act and work on my show wouldn't appreciate you talking about them like that behind their back. She just kept going, and after a while I got really uncomfortable and I blocked her and tried to warn my closest collaborator at the time about it. And I guess she caught on to that, because then she went to my my Twitter profile, which I have specified at the top that it's 18 plus, because I do plan to make indie shows that are aimed at an older audience, and not just in a not safe for work kind of way, but in the sense that I want my work to sit around the same dining room table as shows like Foundation, Twin Peaks, Severance, things that can actually address adult topics without having to sugarcoat it with niceties for, like the kiddos watching. And like I try to make that as clear as possible that I don't really have any intention at all to make anything designed for people under 18. And I made it clear on my profile that I don't want people under 18 here. And I only want people that can handle that kind of thing. She found, I guess, some fan art that I've retweeted that may have come off as salacious to her, and bombarded this guy with them basically pressuring him into dropping me by sending him a bunch of this kind of stuff without either of our consent until he did. Words cannot describe just how much she has overstepped in the process. And I have talked with the staff at the pitch meeting about this. And while they agree with how I have felt violated by this, unfortunately, because it happened in DMs, all they can do is give her a slap on the wrist. And I just don't know what to do anymore because I still have to share that space with her in this studio. And it just makes me extremely uncomfortable. And like, I genuinely don't feel safe with my online life now. So I can't force you to not support something, but I would just strongly urge you to listen to my story before considering if you want to support MIDMORTIS. And you don't have to agree with me. I just ask that you listen. I'm sorry to keep bringing heavy topics onto my channel like this, but this needs to be communicated and this needs to be made public, because I think there is a serious problem of accountability in the indie animation space right now. You can't just have a personal preference about what kinds of fiction you consume anymore. There have been endless moral tirades about this stuff for things that really shouldn't concern these individuals. And so many just can't let something be. Just let it be that they don't personally like something. It has to be made into this whole moral standing, and it's just exhausting. I really don't think this behavior should be allowed anymore, and it should be admonished way more. Anyways, that's just the skinny of it. All right, I'm gonna go chat with my girlfriend a little more about this and figure out how I'm gonna go about tackling this with my therapist. Okay, thanks for hearing me out this long. All right.